It was 3:47 a.m. Rachel Torres woke up from deep sleep when her phone rang. There was an unknown number on the screen. Who could be calling at this hour? Hello? Is this Rachel Torres? The voice sounded familiar, but she couldn't figure out who it was. Yes, I'm Rachel. Who is this? This is very important, Rachel. Jake Morrison is dead. Rachel's heart stopped. Jake Morrison was the team captain of the Dallas Wranglers, one of her closest friends. What? What do you mean he's dead? Who's saying this? The police will call you soon. But first there are things you need to know. Jake had discovered something about you. Very dangerous things. What things? Who are you? The line went dead. Rachel jumped up, immediately tried to call Jake. His phone went to voicemail. Carlos woke up. Mi amor, what's happening? Who's calling at this hour? Carlos, someone said Jake is dead. This is impossible. We had dinner together last night. Calm down, Rachel. Maybe it's a prank call. But Rachel's gut feeling was very bad. The voice on that phone sounded serious, and the words, Jake had discovered something about you, kept spinning in her head. 15 minutes later, the police really called. Miss Torres, I'm Detective Sarah Chen. We need to speak with you regarding Jake Morrison's death. Rachel's world collapsed. Jake was really dead. The next morning, Rachel was at the police station. Detective Chen was in her 40s, a sharp-eyed woman. She was looking at Rachel suspiciously across from her. Miss Torres, when did you last see Jake Morrison? Last night. We had a team dinner. We ate together at a restaurant. Which restaurant? Il Primo downtown. Why are you asking so many details? How did Jake die? Detective Chen opened her file. Jake Morrison was found dead in his home around 2:30 a.m. last night. There are no apparent signs of external violence. He appears to have died of natural causes. What does natural causes mean? Jake was 28 years old, in perfect health. That's exactly why it's suspicious. Autopsy results aren't in yet, but Ms. Torres, did you know that Jake Morrison was researching you before his death? Rachel was surprised. What kind of research about me? Look at these photographs. Detective Chen put several photographs on the table. They were photographs taken from Jake's house, old photographs of Rachel, newspaper clippings, and documents Rachel had never seen. What are these documents? Files we found on Jake's computer. He was researching secret information about you, about your real past. Rachel looked at the documents. There were names and dates she didn't recognize, and one photograph, showing Rachel with a man she didn't know. What is this photograph? I've never seen this man. Are you sure, Ms. Torres? This man was murdered 10 years ago. According to Jake's research, you knew this man. Rachel's world spun. This is impossible. I'm not connected to any murder. Jake Morrison seems to have discovered very serious things about you, and after these discoveries, he died. Quite a big coincidence. Rachel understood she was in the middle of a big trap, but who had set this trap? And who was that mysterious caller? When she left the police station, Rachel was panicking. She immediately called her teammates Maya Rodriguez and Tommy Williams. Maya, Jake is dead, and the police suspect me. What? Jake is dead? How? I don't know, mysteriously. But worse, Jake was apparently researching me. They found very strange documents. There was a strange tone in Maya's voice. Rachel, maybe the documents Jake found are real. What do you mean, Maya? Rachel, there might be things about your past that none of us know. This statement surprised Rachel. Instead of supporting her, Maya seemed to be suspecting her. When she called Tommy, he also reacted strangely. Rachel, you and Jake argued after dinner last night. Everyone saw it. We argued, but it was a normal argument about game tactics. But you were very angry. You yelled at Jake. Rachel remembered. She had indeed argued with Jake. Jake had said to her, Rachel, there are things I've learned about you. But Rachel hadn't taken it seriously. Now she was beginning to understand what this meant. That evening when she talked to Carlos at home, he was also acting strange. Carlos, are you also looking at me with suspicion? Carlos hesitated. Rachel, I've known you for 10 years, but I know very little about your life before coming to the NFL. What do you mean? Rachel, you never talked to me about your family, your childhood, your youth years. This isn't normal. Rachel realized that she indeed shared very little about her past. But could the reason be a terrible secret? That night as she lay in bed, her university years came to mind. What had she experienced during that period? Were there really bad events she didn't remember? And then a flash came to her mind. A night in university, a party where she was very drunk, and the next morning, she remembered nothing. What had happened that night? The next day, Rachel decided to go to her old university. Maybe she could find clues about that night at the University of Oklahoma. She met with her former coach, Sarah Mitchell. Sarah was now retired, but still loved Rachel very much. "Rachel, I see you're troubled. What happened?" Rachel explained the situation. Sarah's face changed. "Rachel, do you prefer not to remember that night?" "Which night?" "The party night in 2015, the night Michael Davidson died." Rachel's heart stopped. "Who is Michael Davidson? And how did he die?" Sarah took a deep breath. "Rachel, you were very drunk that night. Michael Davidson was with you. The next morning he was found dead. How did he die?" "By drowning. In the university lake. The police said it was an accident, but what?" "Some people said they saw you arguing with Michael that night. You didn't remember any of it, and we didn't tell you because it was too traumatic." Rachel was in shock. So there really was a secret death case in her past, and Jake had discovered this. "Sarah, did I kill Michael?" "I don't know, Rachel. You were in very bad shape that night. You had alcohol poisoning. You were taken to the hospital. As Rachel drove home, her head was confused, so there was a secret buried in her past, and this secret was now following her." That evening, the mysterious caller called again. "Rachel, you discovered it, didn't you? Who are you? Why are you following me?" "I'm Michael Davidson's brother, David Davidson. I've been after you for 10 years. Rachel's heart raced. "David, I didn't kill Michael. But you're the last person who saw him. And now Jake Morrison, who is about to learn this truth, is also dead. Quite a big coincidence. Did you kill Jake?" "No, Rachel, but there's someone else who knows, someone who's protecting you. And this person is killing to silence others." The line went dead. Rachel understood that the situation was much more complex than she thought. Rachel was now looking at everyone with suspicion. Teammates, coach, even Carlos. Anyone could know her secret and might have killed Jake to silence him. The next day, when she went to training, she noticed that her teammates were looking at her differently. Everyone was sad because of Jake's death, but they were being distant toward Rachel. Coach Williams approached her. "Rachel, I heard the police talk to you." "Yes, Coach. They asked questions about Jake's death." "Rachel, I'm going to tell you something. Jake talked to me yesterday. He said he had learned something about you, that they were dangerous things." "What kind of things?" "I don't know. He didn't say. But he was very worried. He thought you needed to be protected." This was very strange. Why did Jake think Rachel needed to be protected? Maya was acting very strange that day. When Rachel approached her, she ran away. "Maya, talk to me." "Rachel, I'm scared." "Why?" "Because those documents Jake found, I don't know if they're true or not, but if they are." "What if they are Maya?" Maya cried. "Rachel, have you ever killed anyone?" This question shook Rachel. Her closest friend was asking her if she had committed murder. "Maya, I never killed anyone." "But that university incident, do you know about it too?" Maya bowed her head. "Jake told me. He said he was researching Michael Davidson, that you were there that night. And did you tell the police this?" "No, but Rachel, if you're really innocent, why don't you remember that night?" Rachel couldn't answer. What really happened that night, and why couldn't she remember? That evening, she had a serious conversation with Carlos at home. "Carlos, have you ever doubted me?" Carlos was silent for a long time. "Rachel, I love you, but we've been married for 10 years, and there are still many things I don't know about your past. For example, why do you never talk about your family? Why don't you have any childhood photos? Why don't you have old friends?" Rachel realized Carlos was right. She really kept her past secret. But why? "Carlos, maybe there are sad things in my past and I don't want to remember. Or maybe there are things you're ashamed of." These words hurt Rachel. "Don't you believe me either?" Carlos hugged her. "Mi amor, I will always support you. But I need to know the truth." That night, Rachel had a dream. University years, Michael Davidson, that party night. And in her dream, she saw Michael falling into the water. But who had pushed him? The next morning, Rachel decided to go to Jake's house. Maybe she could find clues the police had missed. Jake's house was surrounded by police tape, but Rachel managed to get in through the backyard. While searching inside the house, she found a secret cabinet in Jake's study. Inside were many more documents about Rachel, photographs, newspaper clippings, and a video cassette. When she played the video, she was shocked. It showed her from her university years, that party night, and arguing with Michael Davidson. In the video, Rachel looked very drunk. She was yelling at Michael. "You used me! You cheated on me!" she was screaming. Michael was approaching her. Rachel was pushing him. Then the video cut off. But there was a note under the video. Rachel should never see this video. J.M. Was Jake hiding this video to protect her? At that moment, a voice came from behind her. "It's too bad you found this video, Rachel." When she turned around, she saw Coach Williams, but he had a gun in his hand. "Coach? What are you doing?" "Rachel, you're too curious, just like Jake." "Did you kill Jake?" Coach Williams smiled. "Jake had learned your secret, and this secret could ruin many people's lives." "What secret?" "You didn't kill Michael Davidson, Rachel, but the person who was with you that night killed him." Rachel was surprised. "What do you mean?" "That night you were drunk. You were arguing with Michael. But you weren't the one who pushed Michael into the water." "I pushed him." Rachel's world shook. "You?" "I was an assistant coach at the university at that time. Michael Davidson was my illegitimate son. He was threatening to ruin my career. And you killed him." "Yes, but everyone thought you did it because you were there and you were drunk. I took advantage of this. Have you been blackmailing me with this crime for 10 years? "No, Rachel. On the contrary, I protected you. When the police suspected you, I testified that you were innocent. I saved your career." Rachel understood that Coach Williams had both protected and controlled her. But now Jake learned everything, and that became dangerous. "So you killed him. It was necessary, Rachel. Just like it's necessary for you now." The coach pointed the gun at Rachel. But at that moment, the door opened and Detective Chen entered, aiming her weapon at Coach Williams. "Drop the gun, Williams! We heard everything!" Coach Williams was surprised. "How?" "Rachel had a listening device on her. We recorded everything." Rachel understood that the police had set a trap for her, but this time it was a trap for good purposes. After Coach Williams was arrested, Detective Chen explained to Rachel, "Ms. Torres, we suspected Coach Williams from the beginning. Jake Morrison had come to us, said the coach was threatening him. The reason we set a trap for you was to make the coach confess." "Had Jake come to you?" "Yes. He was trying to protect you. The documents he found cleared you. They didn't show that you were guilty." Rachel cried. Jake had died trying to protect her. "So how did the coach kill Jake?" "Poison. He put it in Jake's drink. When Jake welcomed him at his home, the coach gave him poisoned alcohol. David Davidson, Michael's brother, met with Rachel at a cafe." "Rachel, I apologize. I blamed you for 10 years, but you were innocent. David, you also suffered a lot. You lost your brother, but you also carried this burden for 10 years. Your not remembering the truth was perhaps your subconscious protecting you." Rachel understood that forgetting was actually a protection mechanism. "David, I'm sorry about Michael. He was a good person." "Yes, he was. And now his killer has been caught. After Coach Williams' arrest, there were big changes in the team. A new coach came. Team morale improved. Maya apologized to Rachel. "Rachel, I'm sorry for looking at you with suspicion. Maya, you were also scared. That's normal." Tommy Williams also apologized. "Rachel, we betrayed you." "No, you were just influenced." Williams had been manipulating everyone for years. Carlos welcomed Rachel at home. "Mi amor, I'm very proud. You're a very strong woman." "Carlos, from now on, I'll be more open about my past." "Your past doesn't matter, Rachel. What matters is who you are now." Jake Morrison's funeral was very crowded. The entire NFL world was there. Rachel gave a speech. "Jake wasn't just a great football player. He was also a great person. He risked his life for me to learn the truth, and eventually, he lost his life." Rachel cried, "Jake, if it weren't for you, the real killer would never have been caught. You're a hero." After the funeral, Jake's family thanked Rachel. "Rachel, Jake loved you very much. He always knew you were innocent." After the incident, Rachel started going to a psychologist. Dr. Amanda Foster helped her overcome the trauma. "Rachel, You carried this guilt in your subconscious for 10 years. You're not remembering the truth was your brain protecting you. Now I remember everything. Arguing with Michael, trying to push him, but it was Williams who pushed him into the water. This was a very traumatic experience, but now you've made peace with your past. Through therapy, Rachel learned to accept her past. She also accepted her own mistakes. I was very wrong that night. I was very drunk. I had a bad argument with Michael, but I didn't kill him. Coach Williams was tried and sentenced to life imprisonment, Rachel testified at the trial. Williams manipulated me for 10 years. I thought he was protecting me, but actually he was controlling me. Williams confessed in court, Michael was my son, but he was threatening my career. I had to kill him. By making Rachel look guilty, I fooled everyone. The judge gave Williams life. You're guilty of both murder and 10 years of manipulation. New coach Sandra Martinez came. She was a woman and very positive. This team has experienced a lot of trauma, said Sandra, but now will emerge stronger. Rachel got along well with the new coach. Sandra, we're like a family. We protect each other. Yes, Rachel. And now there are no secrets between us. The teammates also supported Rachel. Rachel, you're our hero, said Maya. You showed Williams's true face. Tommy added, Jake's death wasn't in vain. Justice was served. A year later, Rachel established a foundation in Jake's memory. This foundation, called Morrison Foundation, provided legal support to young athletes when they sought justice. Jake's death taught us this, Rachel said in her opening speech. Truth always comes out, and sometimes revealing the truth requires paying big prices. Rachel had now made peace with her past. She had accepted her role in Michael Davidson's death, but she also knew the difference between herself and the real killer. Carlos and Rachel built a stronger marriage. Now there are no secrets between us, said Carlos. And there won't be, added Rachel. While Rachel's training at the stadium, she looks at Jake's jersey number. Thank you, Jake, she whispers. You risked everything for me. I'll never forget you. And as Rachel makes a save, she feels Jake's spirit is with her on the field. Because real friendship doesn't end even with death. Jake is still protecting her, just from a different place. The real victory is this. Rachel now knows who she is, accepts her past, and looks to the future with hope. And most importantly, Jake's struggle for justice paid off. The story ends this way. But friendship never ends.